He's not the MP to interrupt business for no reason.
So, Honorable Speaker, I'm cognizant of the honorable members that have lined up the whole afternoon to contribute to this matter. But I want to invite your wisdom into making a decision on this matter. Because if we conclude debate on this particular matter...
Don't worry about that.
Okay. So in that case, Honorable Speaker,
yesterday we lost... presiding knows how to run
thank you,
the House. The debate will not conclude.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we are here because we lost a very important day yesterday. We came here ready to debate matters of national importance. We had the virtual assets bill that was coming up for continuous debate during second reading. We had the county PFM Act. But we were stopped because of demonstrations that were going in this country. Honorable Speaker, as I stand here, when I left the House yesterday, I was on call through the entire afternoon, trying to coordinate to make sure that my home is safe. Because goons paid someone very known to the people of Molo, wanted to set my home ablaze again yesterday. But I want to thank my neighbors and the great people of Molo constituency. People came from as far as a place called Vikingi, from as far as a place called Swin, to protect my property. Because what does exercising the constitutional right of protesting has to do with attacking my personal home? As in, really, what has to do with attacking my personal home and personal property? But yesterday, I saw the love of my great people of Molo. But, Honorable Speaker, at what cost? We had Capital Supermarket in Molo Town completely looted. We had Olelei Butchery completely looted. We had Jubilee Supermarket completely looted. We had Kariu's Supermarket completely looted. We had Mix Electronics completely looted. The ordinary men and women who work very hard in our market, watu wa soko, wa Molo, they had their stock completely stolen. Honorable Speaker, gari yetu ya zimamoto vandalized. Our vehicle that was collecting takataka vandalized. And a few other county vehicles. For what? Honorable Speaker, we had one student, a Form 3 student, who got killed in the process. But we also had more than 10 GSU officers who are still in hospital now. Some without teeth, some without legs, completely destroyed. Honorable Speaker, we need to make a decision on this country. At what costs are we going to allow this in the name of a protest, Honorable Speaker, to happen? Now my people are waking up. They had a business, now they don't. They still have a loan to pay. There were people who are employed on all those businesses I've mentioned and many others. Now they have nowhere to report to. Honorable Speaker, we had people on matatus who are now being forced to pay a levy to cross those border points that were being set by those armed people. And we know the financials of this, Honorable Speaker. Some failure of an MCA, for example, in my constituency, was they are paying people yesterday to go and do that. And we know even national level, the people that paid for this. And it's a clear target, Honorable Speaker. Anybody in this government, especially who speak my vernacular and supports President Ruto's administration, was a target yesterday. That's why you can see my home being targeted, the home of the Honorable Kimani Shunga, Majority Leader, being targeted, the home of Eric Wamombi, the MP for Madera, being targeted, the businesses for the Honorable Chieni, the MP for Ken, being targeted. Surely, at what cost? If we really want the change that we are saying, wait for the ballot. You will have the constitutional right to exercise your right to vote for the candidate of your choice. You know, Mr. Speaker, all of us had careers before joining politics. And there are many people who are not politicians who still have a career. So you don't have to threaten us and destroy us because of our difference in political ideologies. So I really call upon the new opposition leader Learn from how opposition is done. Stop targeting innocent Kenyans, hardworking young people, your sons and your daughters, to loot their properties. And at the end of the day, Honorable Speaker, I had a discussion today with some members when we went for presidential assent of some bills this morning. And it was an interesting observation that for the first time, demonstrators were coming from Thika Road and Kiambu Road. But along Langata roads and along the other places where demonstrators used to come from was peaceful. The people that have lost in this are owners of business in River Road, at Tomboya Street, are people who did not open their businesses in Githurai, in Kiambu, and you know where they come from. So I really want to appeal to my people. No matter what aggression you have, whatever grievances you have, constitutionally, you have a right to access it, to use it at the ballot. But the way we are doing it, we are just shooting ourselves on the foot. And the rest of the country is looking at us and laughing at us. And it is so unfortunate. So, Mr. Speaker, in your wisdom, in this House, I don't know what you're going to do, but this cannot be allowed to continue. Setting ablaze a police station because of human rights. You are doing the same thing that you are accusing the police for doing. So you're saying that you are in your right to go and burn a police station. But then you are burning the police station because someone was killed in that police station. See, in that police station lives people. Those people have their fathers, their mothers, their brothers and sisters. When you're setting that police station ablaze, are not all those people who work in that police station? When we come and set parliament ablaze, it's not only members of parliament who work in this House. We have thousands of staff, innocently, competent lawyers, economists, police officers, all professionals across all fields who work at the National Assembly. Now you want to go and ban them. Anyway, Honorable Speaker, I don't want to speak beyond that, but I think this House needs to stand up for the rights of the protesters as they exercise their democratic right. We do not need to have supermarkets looted, business destroyed, and lives lost. It is not fair. Last year, Honorable Speaker, I lost more than 10,000 chicken. I lost 3 vehicles. My house was vandalized. We used to live in fear. All members of this House, irrespective of how they voted. In the name of what? It's becoming extremely painful to do our role as politicians. And we have our careers. Honorable Speaker, I know you are a very respectable lawyer. I'm a master's graduate, I'm a PhD student, I'm a CPA. I have a career ahead of me outside politics. But if you're going to make it painfully expensive to do this, I don't know where you're heading as a country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Kimani Kuria, I allowed you to speak on that matter because of the fact that this was a personal attack, and because also we remember what happened to you last year, considering the services you give this House as the chair of the Finance and National Planning Committee. I think allow me to just re-emphasize that our substantive speaker had given some directions on this matter, beyond condoling the Kenyans who lost lives and empathizing with the Kenyans who lost property, businesses, and suffered various, injuries. And one of them, Honorable Kimani Kuria, because I know you had stepped out to attend to other parliamentary duties, was that we must look at how we can secure the rights under Article 47 so that it is clear when people can demonstrate or picket or petition or do other things. So all those picketing demonstration is stipulated in 47, but it is not clear when you do what. Yesterday you saw mothers walking saying we want compensation for our children who were killed. But that is a matter you need to petition maybe the High Court or Parliament. You cannot get it from the streets if you demonstrated. And so that legal framework, the substantive speaker directed, is already being thought through, and it will come to the House. You will need to be informed. But let me thank the police for the restraint we noted yesterday and for the good work they did. Only to remind them that as Kenyans, or Kenyans can only be secured by you if you are safe yourself in the first instance. I saw very bad videos before coming to the House of police officers, lady police officers being beaten up by ordinary citizens in uniform. And they're being stepped on the head and other parts in a very savage way, in a manner that, relays outside there that really we have a very weak security apparatus, which is not true. I want to request our police officers to continue exercising restraint, but also to remind them that we don't want to see a situation where police is being assaulted, yet he has a gun on his body. That gun is paid for by the people of Kenya.